Good afternoon, everybody. Chris F.E. Jackson here. I'm going to be doing some news found today on the found yesterday for the 6th of December. The farthest monster black hole found. Isn't that delightful? I'm just going to talk through this. Quasars are some of the brightest objects in the universe. A nice picture there. Lovely picture by Robin Dionel. I hope I got his name right. Astronomers have discovered the most distant supermassive black hole known to science. The matter-munching sinkhole is a whopping 13 billion light years away, so far that we see it as a mere 690 million years after the Big Bang. So, two things there. They're saying that the universe is 13.6.7 billion years old, and the Big Bang did happen. Right. So, but at about 800 million times the mass of our sun, they can even measure it. It managed to grow to a surprisingly large size such a short time after the origin of the universe. The find is described in the journal Nature. Well, I won't bother looking at that. This relic, it's a relic now, from the early universe is busily devouring material at the center of a galaxy, making out as a so-called quasar. Well, I've discussed what quasars are before, not too uncertain terms, which I won't go into, but matter, such as gas, falling onto the black hole will form an ultra-hot mass of material known around it as an accretion disk. I suppose that's the disk there. Look, so hot there, and yes. Quasars are among the brightest and most distant known celestial objects and are crucial to understanding the early universe, said co-author Bram Venemans of the Max Planck Institute for Astronomy in Germany. Well, good for you, mate. So this quasar is interesting because it comes from a time when the universe was just 5% of its current age. Okay, so again, we're stating that the universe is technically 13.7 billion years old, and that represents 5% of that. So after it appearing, so okay. At this time, the cosmos was beginning to emerge from a period known as the Dark Ages, just before the first stars appeared. There you go. They appeared. Oh, look. The Gemini North Observatory was among several involved in the discovery. Lovely. I've never heard of that one before. Where's that one? Gathering all this mass in under 690 million years is an enormous challenge for the theories on supermassive black hole growth. So it's still a theory. You know, they've seen it, they've discovered it, but it's still a theory of this supermassive black hole growth, said co-author Eduardo Bernados from the Carnegie Institute for Science. I wonder if that's where this is then. Not sure. The quasar's distance is described by a property called its red shift. So its redshift, this black hole in its redshift, is a measurement of how much the wavelength of its light is stretched by the expansion of the universe before reaching Earth. So that's the perturbation in the fabric of space-time, is my understanding. So the redshift of this black hole of the light that it was emitting has redshifted so much that it's discovered how far away it is. The newly discovered black hole has a redshift of 7.54. Yes, the higher the redshift, the greater the distance, and the farther back astronomers are looking in time when they observe the object. Prior to this discovery, the record holder for the furthest known quasar existed when the universe was about 800 million years old, not 690. So, you know, they've gone back another 110 million years in viewing. So that's very good. Despite extensive searches, it took more than half a decade to catch a glimpse of something this far back in the history of the universe, said Dr. Bernados. The discovery of a massive black hole so early on may provide clues on the conditions that abounded when the universe was young, before its dark ages. Yes. This finding shows that a process obviously existed, yes, of course, in the early universe to make this monster, Dr. Bernados explained. monster black hole. What that process is? Well, that will keep the theorists very, very busy. The theorists, oh, not the scientists perhaps, but the theorists. So what theories can we deduce from this? Oh, that there was some dark ages? Let's theorize about the actual, what's supposed to be happening in the galaxy? The unexpected discovery is based on data amassed from observatories around the world. This includes data from the Gemini North Observatory. Oh, okay, it's on Hawaii's Mauna Kea volcano, and a NASA space telescope called the Wide Field Infrared Survey Explorer. Oh, that's a mouthful. Oh, I'll have to look into that because I haven't heard of this Wide Field Infrared Survey Explorer before. Oh, that's a new one on me. Related topics. Share this story. I feel as if something's missing here. Now, number 2. This is great, this one. I like this one. This is great. Littlefoot. A Littlefoot. Skeleton unveiled in South Africa. Now, what does this look like, people? This look like, yeah, looks sort of a humanoid. It looks sort of a, I don't know. It could be an ape. I don't know. Let's see what they say. I won't play the video. Oh, it's 3.67 million years old. Skeleton. One of the oldest and most complete skeletons of humankind's ancestors has been unveiled in South Africa. So it is, they've already said that it belongs to us then. It's humankind's ancestor. Our team spent more than 20 years excavating, cleaning, and putting together the skeleton of Littlefoot. Its exact age is debated. Well, of course it would be, wouldn't it? But South African scientists say the remains are 3.67 million years old. Well, that narrows it down then. I wonder if they're debating whether it was 3.4 or 3.6. Who knows? This would mean Littlefoot was alive about 500,000 years before Lucy, the famous skeleton of ancient human relative found in Ethiopia. Am I right in thinking that Lucy was debunked? Wasn't that supposed to have been not quite correct? But here they're still stating that Lucy was alive 500,000 years before. Both Littlefoot and Lucy belong to the same genus, Australopithecus. That's a mouthful. Try to say that when you've had a few beers. But they are different species. Scientists believe this shows humankind's ancestors were spread far across a wider area of Africa than had previously thought. What did you previously think? That they're all contained in one little piece of Africa? Don't know. It also suggests there were a diverse number of species. Okay. More to come, people. Littlefoot was discovered in the Sturkfontein Caves, northwest of South Africa's main city, Johannesburg. It is thought that she was a young girl who fell down a shaft of one of the caves. Oh dear. It might be small, what the girl or the cave, but it might be very important because that's how it started. Okay, with one little bone. And it helps us to understand our origins, the team leader, Professor Ron Clark, said. Okay. Got 2 chaps here. The research team spent years cleaning and excavating the bones. I don't know what that is they're holding. The process of removing the bones from the caves was painstaking, as the fossil had very large, fragile bones, which were extremely soft and buried in a natural concrete-like material, they added. We used very small tools like needles to excavate it. That's why it took so long. It was like excavating a fluffy pastry out of concrete, Professor Clark said. I'm sure it was very difficult. The full skeleton of Littlefoot, as she is known, proves that she is more like us than an ape. Looked more like an ape to me. With shorter arms and small hands, she probably slept in trees. How can you say that? She probably slept in trees. Well, if she slept in trees, I would have thought she'd have been more cute to avoiding cave shafts. But there you go. Maybe she fell out of the tree into the cave shaft. I don't know. Quite how she fits into our family tree is still a work in progress. Yes. But she's older than Lucy, a more famous but incomplete skeleton found in faraway Ethiopia. which was debunked, I believe. And that means our ancient ancestors were almost certainly scattered across Africa. Right. Scientists are used to basing their theories on tiny fossil fragments. Yes, the whole dinosaur was families were brought out from tiny fossil fragments, weren't they? But South Africa caves are fast becoming a treasure trove and helping to rewrite our understanding of how our species evolved. There you are, people. There you are. They're just supplying us with the answers to all the questions we've ever wanted. Want to share this story? It's a story. I'm going to have a look at the skeleton again. I just put one up here. Now, there she is. No hands. Well, they seem to have got small arms, but I mean, some of it's missing there, but yeah, okay. But if you were to look at this skull, would you say that's has a more of an ape feature than a human feature? I don't know. But there you go. Make of it what you will. Thank you for watching.